Hello again, it's me, that guy with the YouTube channel, and today we're doing another review, and we'll be reviewing the Bandai Tokusatsu Collection 1/350th scale King Ghidorah 1964. So I don't have the box for this kit. It came in a box. And so for detail, before I get started, I should probably point out that I bought this kit pre-assembled and pre-painted, although I did paint a few places after I got it. So most of the painting and assembly was done by the seller who I got it from and not me. But yeah, starting with his feet, as you can see, the detail on this is really sharp and crisp and clean and just nice looking. It has been painted gold with, I presume, just spray paint, which you'll see a little issue with that later, but yeah, you can see just the detail is super crisp on all the scales. And for the most part, it's your standard Ghidorah detail, but it just did a really nice job on those scales until you get to the front of the legs where you see the sculpt kind of changes a bit, and that's because there was originally a seam line going down where the legs would have been like put together. So obviously the previous owner took some putty or Aves or whatever and sculpted over that and did a fairly okay job, although you can see where the sculpt kind of goes soft or really rough in places. But still, it's pretty well done. Yeah, I did add this highlight going along here, and also above his hip, just kind of a metallic brownish color, just to bring the details out a little bit more. Yeah, you can see the detail is really crisp on this thing, especially on the heads, as you can see. And keep in mind, this came out the same year as the 8-inch vinyl Ghidorah that everybody wants, which that's also a pretty good figure, but just look at the detail on this thing, and especially the wings. Like, this thing has a pretty large wingspan. I'd say it's maybe about 15 inches, and they're really impressive looking. You can see just the detail there. They have that nice kind of thin look they had in the movies. There's a seam line going down there, and a little unfortunate, but whatever. Yeah, and just the really nice crisp detail. I mean, it's nothing special. It's your standard Ghidorah detail, again. But yeah, going to his tails, and the tips don't look like artichokes, unlike the Bandai 8-inch ones, so it's a little something there. But what you can also see is that because this was spray painted, it kind of gave this texture in places, especially on the back, and like the backs of the necks and stuff, and on the tail. Yeah, it's really weird. And another thing I painted was the manes on each head, because I wanted them to be a little more visible. And one thing you may also tell is that this head has crooked horns and doesn't like to be in focus. There we go. That is because when I got this out of the box, actually each of these horns, or one horn on each head, had fallen off. These things are extremely fragile. So yeah, the other two heads, the horns went back on fine, but for some reason with this one, the horn went back on crooked and has fallen off numerous times and has been very annoying. Another little thing I want to point out is that this middle head has 4 little spikes here. The 2 side ones have 6 on their little chin. It's an interesting little thing. Detail. Articulation. So if you bought this kit new, for starters, he would have come with a little Exilion from Invasion of the Astro Monster, which would have been unpainted and casted in gold plastic, so you would have needed to paint that. But he also came with a few interesting ones, like an alternate neck piece to go right here to make this middle head looking more straight, and one alternate tail piece which kind of curved up and went like that. Had I built this kit, I probably would have used those pieces instead of the ones that the person I got it from used. but I wasn't really willing, I didn't really want to go paint one. I'm lazy. So for sizing, here he is with Godzilla 1964, as well as a variety of other Showa figures. Here he is with the 72 Gigan, a variety of Ultraman figures, as well as the Revoltech Baragon. Here he is with a reasonably common figure, and a figure I know everybody has, regardless of what they collect. And of course, how could we forget, here he is with Woo. Woo. So overall, this is a really nice model kit, and if you can find it, definitely pick it up. If you are looking for the 8-inch Ghidorah and do not want to pay the insane amount of money people ask for that thing, this is definitely a very good, even just a placeholder. It is just really nice. Apparently it's kind of hard to find. I checked one time and saw a lot of them for sale, ranging from $25 to $70 in the box. But I just checked before recording this review, and apparently none of them are for sale anymore. So if you see it, definitely get it. Like I said, it ranges from $25 to $70, even $100 with the box. So it's kind of all over the place with pricing. But if you can find it, definitely get it. So, I kind of ran out of things to say here. Fuck.